Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a toddler must-haves video, as you can tell from the title. I'm excited about this video because I feel like I really compiled it down to my list of things that I think we use on a regular basis that are helpful and you may not know about. Some of these things you might look at and be like, okay, duh. But there are actually people who don't know about some of these things, and I know that because when I show them on my Instagram or in my videos, I get asked about them a lot. So if something seems like duh to you, it might not be duh to somebody else. So with that being said, let's move forward. It's a super gloomy day today, and it's not chilly in our house. I know I'm wearing a sweater, but it's gloomy and rainy outside, and it's one of those days where you just feel like being in comfy clothes all day. So I'm in my Ryan and Rose sweatshirt, and I'm just like in major chill mode. Nick is here helping me with the girls so that I can film this video. Dad goals. But speaking of must-haves, I've recently discovered an app called Family Album, and I think that it's something really cool that all of you guys who are moms could benefit from. Family Album is sponsoring us today, so I want to go ahead and say thank you to them in advance, but I'm going to show it to you guys and I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. Starting off with what the app is. Basically, you are able to add photos of your children and babies into this app and share it through the app with your family, and if you want to share them with friends as well. Not everyone uses social media, so you might be thinking like, well, I can just upload these pictures to Facebook in an album and share with my family, or on Instagram and share them with my family, but a lot of people don't upload every single photo and every single moment to Facebook or Instagram. There are a lot of little moments that maybe we don't want to share with everyone, or maybe we just want to share with the family. And instead of just texting them or emailing them, you can just put them in this app so that everybody can go back to the app and see them easily. They're in chronological order, so it's really easy to go through and see which pictures are newer, and then if you want to scroll back and see when your babies were younger, a couple of months younger, you can just easily scroll through the app. I have family members who don't use social media at all, so the only way that they're able to see pictures of the girls is when I physically send them to them. So it's easier for me to tell them about this app, give them access to my album, and tell them that I'm putting new photos in there all the time and that they can just go to the app to check them out. Okay, so I'm just going to show you an example of what it looks like really quick. All right, so here's what the app looks like. As I said before, they're stored in chronological order. So these are some pictures from August, July, June, but something really cool that I love is that it made this 1S movie. And it's just so different from the type of movies that I put together that it was such a special treat to see this movie put together. As you can see, it's really, really simple, and like I said before, it's for everyday moments, so things that you wouldn't necessarily even think to upload to social or maybe send in a text, but you can send these little moments, upload these little moments to the app, and everyone can follow along and feel like they're a part of it. We don't live close to any of our family, so this app is extremely helpful for us. So once again, thank you, Family Album, for sponsoring this video, and let's go ahead and get into my toddler must-haves. Okay, the first thing that I'm going to show is this Fairy Tales Lice Prevention Rosemary Repel. If you have a toddler who is in daycare or school, this is something that you can spray in their hair every day before they leave for school, and it's actually a conditioning spray. So if you already use detangler or a leave-in conditioner, you can just switch to this one. I bought the big bottle and then I put it in the spray bottle. We're about to need to add more. But I just put it here in the spray bottle and I spray. I even spray Adeline's hair with it. She doesn't need it because she's home with me all day. If you're new here, I have a 3-year-old who's in a preschool 1 class and a 20-month-old who stays home with me, but they both use this. There was a lice outbreak at Skyla's school. She didn't get the lice, thank God, but we were using this, and I also use hairspray in her hair as well, so I know that that helps as well, and wearing it up. But she didn't get the lice, and I was glad that we had already been using this. Going along with hair, I didn't know about this, so once again, this might be one of those things you're like, duh, but a lot of moms don't know about this brush, this type of brush. We used to have a nanny, and when she would do the girls' hair, she would get it so tight and like slicked back, and all the little baby hairs around their hairline, she would have them perfectly sprayed back. And I'm like, how do you do that with a regular brush? Because I could never get it right. And she told me that these brushes with these bristles, I'll show it to you up close. This type of brush is a godsend. And if you have boys, this might not be relevant to you. But with girls, this gets the hairs like I am telling you, they shine. It looks so good. And I do use hairspray. I don't use a special toddler hairspray. We use Moroccan oil hairspray. And so when I do the girl's hair, I use this. Adeline, the 20-month-old, she doesn't have hairspray, but Skyla uses hairspray. She has long-ish hair. And we use this every single day to style her hair. The next thing, okay, obviously nail clippers, yeah, whatever. But these nail clippers, these are by Frida Baby, and they have this little window in them that I'll show. And what that window does is it shows you that you're not clipping any skin. When you are clipping their little teeny tiny nails and they're jerking all around and acting crazy, this I used when they were babies as well, but it's a serious game changer because one time I accidentally clipped skin when I was doing nails and it traumatized me. I'm sure you guys have had this experience, but once we started using this, it's never happened because you can look in this little window and you can see that there's no skin in the view. There's no skin in the viewfinder. You're not going to cut any skin. You need to pick this up. The next thing, this has been a holy grail for us. If you do not have a child with eczema or sensitive skin or who gets little rashes or little breakouts easily, you don't need this, but everyone could benefit from it. I have sensitive skin, but even if I didn't have sensitive skin, I get dry skin really bad to the point where it itches me if I don't put lotion on it right away after the bath. But I found this product for my daughter Adeline, who used to have eczema. And I'm saying used to have because you guys, ever since we started using this, we made a couple other changes too, and I'll tell you, but ever since we started using these products, So Luxury, they're from Canada, we have not had a single outbreak of eczema at all. And it's amazing because the only changes we really made was this, and I removed whole milk, raw cheese. I still cook with dairy. I know that this is confusing to some people, but I still cook with dairy because there are people who can tolerate dairy when it's cooked on pizza or in mac and cheese or whatever, but they cannot tolerate raw dairy. It just gives them reactions. And so the only thing that she's changed besides switching to So Luxury is no whole milk, no raw cheese, no yogurt, things like that that are not cooked. But like I said, I still cook with it, I still use it in foods, and we have not had any eczema outbreaks at all since doing these two things. But going back to this, I use it when I take baths now too, and when I get out of the bath, my skin doesn't itch, it feels hydrated, and it feels like supple, and it feels moisturized, and it feels like there's really moisture locked into my skin. This has changed my life, and I know that's dramatic, but this is something that we're gonna be using forever. It's called Cocoa Oat, and this is the Cocoa Oat Milk Bath. I will link them below this video because it's not something that's just super easy to find. I think you're gonna have to order it online unless you live in Canada and you can go into their boutique. This is the other thing. This is the salve. It's the all-purpose salve that when she was having her outbreaks, I put this directly on it, and it was gone. You guys have to go look at their before and after pictures because it's completely nuts. Since we're kind of on the health topic, I'm just gonna move on to supplements / vitamins that the girls take. Before I show these to you, I do wanna say I'm clearly not a doctor. I'm just a stay-at-home mom YouTuber. And so before you start giving your child any supplements or vitamins, make sure you take them in and show them to your doctor and have their pediatrician approve them before you do anything like this. But I have to say, since we started this vitamin regimen and this health kind of small little changes that I've made, I haven't made a ton, but I've made some small changes for my family that have been helping us out so much. And adding these supplements and vitamins has been major for my girls. I know my voice is always kind of raspy, but it feels like I'm losing it even more today, so I apologize. So it's one a day, and it's the Kids One food-based multivitamin. Support for growing minds and bodies. No artificial colors, flavors, or sweeteners, and it's tummy friendly with probiotics. Even though there's probiotics in here, I'm gonna move on and show you the probiotic that I'm giving them as well. In addition to that multivitamin, the girls are getting this probiotic that has to stay refrigerated. The brand is Garden of Life Raw Probiotics Kids. Promotes digestive and immune health. And I'm telling you, they haven't been sick since we started adding this stuff. And if you guys follow along, you know my girls get sick a lot. And not lately. I mean, I'm shocked at how long it's been. But now, of course, I'm jinxing myself. But really, I'm shocked that we haven't had anything lately. But we haven't. So you start with a small amount and you move up. This is for children 3 months and older, and you start with 1/4 teaspoon daily and gradually increase to 3/4 teaspoons. Since they're getting some other probiotics from the multivitamin, I'm only doing 1/4 teaspoon of this, but I'll show it to you up close. You can find this at Whole Foods in the cold section, the cold probiotic section. Next is Nordic Omega-3 gummy worms. These are strawberry gummies with purified fish oil. Fish oil is important for everyone's diet, so I've added it to the girls, and they are gummy worms. The next thing is elderberry, and I have 2 different ones here. I give the elderberry immune system in a gummy form to my older daughter, Skyla, who's 3, and she gets 1 of these a day. And then my 20-month-old Adeline, she gets 5 milliliters of this every day, and this one you can start at age 1. So a lot of them say an older age, but this specific brand that I got, all of the supplements are from Whole Foods, said starting at 1-year-old. Since we're kind of on the topic of feeding, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to some things that I think are crucial to mealtime. The first one is a silicone bib. This one is like a cloud. I have pink, white, and gray. It doesn't have to be this one, but I can link these in the description because people love these and always ask where I get them. Silicone, did I say bib? I meant to say placemat. Silicone placemats are amazing because once you're done, you just rinse them off in the sink, dry them off, and put them back on the table. You can also buy Cloud Island silicone placemats at Target. My mom has those at her house for the girls. But these are from Amazon, and if you want to just search silicone placemats on Amazon, they'll come up, or you can check out the link below in the description. Going along with the silicone vibe, I've got this bib. This is the first silicone bib that we've had. It's by Bellatano, and it's got the unicorn on it, and it's really cute. But you can get them for a lot cheaper. They'll sell these at Target and different brands at Target for boys and girls. But you can get them for a lot cheaper on Amazon in a pack of 2. I want to say, I mean, maybe not a lot cheaper, but still cheaper. And we have those. They're in the dishwasher right now. I think they're called Panda something. I'll link them below the video to make it really easy. But silicone bibs, same idea. You just rinse them out, put them back on the table. It is just so easy. I don't know why anyone, once their kids start eating solids, use bibs that aren't silicone, to be totally honest. And I know they have the plastic ones, but the little flap that's supposed to catch food is like flat up against their chest, and it just drops in the lap. So these are where it's at. Next thing, I get tons of questions about these. My girls have grown out of them at this point. They can both use spoons and forks on their own, but not all babies that are 20 months can use a regular fork or spoon yet. it does have a spoon on one end, but the real reason that people like these, they're called Cute Utensils, are by Ryan and Rose. The reason they like them is for this part at the bottom. The way it works is they can just stab their food like this, and it sticks up in these little tongs, and they're silicone, so they kind of do like this and they move around, but they can grab their food like this. It's so easy to get eggs or fruit or whatever you're putting on their plate like this. This is how Adeline learned to use a fork, and now she, like I said, uses regular, but Cute Utensils, amazing. Now I'm gonna move on to a couple things that are amazing if your child is in daycare or school. Even if they're not in school, these things will work for you, but especially if they're in school, you're gonna love these things. The first one is these little Camelback water bottles, because I don't know why, but when we went in to tour schools for Skyla, all the kids had these. They do have a hook on it, so at some schools they hook these on their backpack hooks. They'll put their water bottle above it like that. At one of the schools we toured, they did that. They don't do it where she goes now, but all the kids kind of have these. They come in tons of different prints, and boy prints and girl prints. They've got every possible combination you want. And they're just really easy to clean and carry, and the spout is easy to drink out if it's a soft spout. And then you've got a good place to put your name sticker right here. These name stickers that I got are waterproof. They run through the dishwasher. I ordered them on Etsy from a shop that I can link, but they've gone through the dishwasher a million times and not come off. So, love these water bottles. Next thing for school is natives. When we were touring schools, even if, like I said, even if they're not in school, these natives are just amazing for summer, and I know that fall is approaching, so that's actually a good point, because I could bet you these natives, this type of shoe, will go on sale over the fall and winter, so you can get your shoes while they're on sale for next summer, next spring. But when we were touring schools, they were telling me that they love it when the kids wear natives for multiple reasons. One is if they have an accident, they can just rinse the shoes out. I know that's something that you probably don't think about, but it happens. So they can just rinse the shoes out in the sink and clean them out, and it's sanitary. Second reason is playing on the playground. If they get dirt or stuff in there, once again, the teachers can just rinse them out, dry them off, and put them back on the kids. So I love these. You can wear them at the water park. You can wear them in the sand, because you can just take them out and dump them. Skyla does not get blisters from them. If you make sure that your kid is in the right size, they should be fine. I've heard people say their kids get blisters, but we haven't had that issue. This is the third pair that we've bought. So I'm a huge fan of natives. The next thing, Skyla's nap mat is actually at school right now, so I don't have it with me, but I do have videos of it that I've taken previously whenever I first washed it and was showing it on my Instagram. So I'm just going to insert those videos here on the side of the screen so you can watch this while I'm talking about it. So this nap mat is handmade by a small shop, and I don't think they have this specific print anymore, but she has so many different prints that you can choose from, and it's personalized with their name stitched in on the handle, and it has a memory foam pad that you can remove to wash it. It also has a pillow that's removable. On one side it's a Velcro, so you just unvelcro it, take out the pad, take out the pillow, and then throw the cover in the washing machine. It's so convenient. It's like, I love it so much. We went with the bigger sized pad just because why not? I wanted her to have the more cushion the better. It's bigger with the 2 inches, but to me I think the trade-off is worth it. Oh, they're fighting over toys. Anyways, I'll link her shop below, because this princess print might not be back in stock, but there's, like I said, there are tons of other ones to choose from. Okay, now I have kind of a random one, but I'm gonna show this to you because this one is one of the ones that some people are gonna be like, okay, yeah, that's called baby proofing. But there are some moms that follow me that have not seen these and didn't know what these are or what you would use them for. So this is a handle cover. We have one on the pantry door so that the girls can't get in the pantry and get to food. We have one on closet doors that we don't want the girls to get in. Any room that you don't want your kids to get into. If you just put this little spinny thing, and my older one is 3 and she still doesn't know how to do these, over your door handle, if it's a circle door handle. And you know, if we had the long ones, I would just change them out for circular handles, because it's that important to me to use these to keep them out of rooms that they shouldn't be in. I think that it's a really easy way to prevent dangerous things from happening. Now I'm going to talk about some things for on the go. And the first one is, I get asked about this one a ton. If you let your kids have tablets or iPads, and you don't want, if they need to have it up on the headrest, like if they can't control it themselves yet, you can buy one of these and put it on the back of the headrest. Both of these things, you can make it wider or skinnier for any sized iPad or tablet, and then you just Velcro it around the headrest like this, and put the iPad in here. You just clip it in like this. I've had like high-tech ones before, and this one is better, in my opinion, than the high-tech ones. And we have 2. Skylar doesn't use hers anymore, but I use this for Adeline sometimes, but she's starting to be able to control the iPad on her own now, so I don't know how much longer it's going to be that we need it. Next thing, if you guys haven't heard about the Water Wow pads, I'm surprised that there were so many people who didn't know about these when I showed them on the airplane when we were going to Colorado. I thought that these were kind of like a staple in the mom world, that everybody knew about these, but there were a lot of people who didn't know about them. So if you don't know about them, Water Wow pads are these little, they've used markers and stuff on them, but they're these little pads that all you use is this little brush that comes with it that you fill up with just water. And then all you do is you mark on the page like this with the water, and it colors for you. And then the best part about it is that it dries off, and then you can use it again. So you can use it, they probably used it 10 times at least. So it's kind of like the best of both worlds. You're not getting a mess anywhere because it's just water that they're coloring with, and they can use it over and over again. Last but not least, I'm going to talk about some toys that my girls love. I think these are their favorite toys right now, other than baby dolls and Barbies, which I'm not going to show baby dolls and Barbies on one of these, but these toys the girls love. They keep them entertained. We've had them now for a pretty long time, and they still are staying entertained by these blocks. I get asked to link these mag blocks all the time, so I'll make sure that they're below the video. But these, they're called mag blocks, and you can get them in any like color range. These are the pastel ones, and they're magnetic blocks. And I have to do this disclaimer because people messaged me really concerned once we got these, because there was, I think, at least one little boy who pulled apart the, I don't know if these, it doesn't look like these have them in them actually. There are some brands, and I think we have the other brand that does this, there are some brands that have tiny little circular magnets on the inside, and that's how they magnetically hook together, but it looks like this one has just the magnets like on the sides. But I don't know, don't quote me on that. Anyway, this little boy pulled apart the toys. Oh, these don't pull apart. This brand doesn't pull apart like the other one that I had. That they were referring to. So the other one that I had, you could pull them apart and these little tiny magnets could come out, and kids were eating them, or at least one kid ate them, and it was really bad. Just do that research. I want you guys to know about it before you just go blindly purchase these. Know the risks of having magnets around. But they're obsessed with these. They love this toy. And then the other one is this, the tag is gone. Oh yeah, Be You, Just Be. These are like these little, I don't know what you even call them, to be honest. They're like blocks, but you can put them together any number of ways. And it used to have, I used to have like a thing tied to it that had all these different, it showed you how to make these different things. But they stick together in any way you want them to stick together, and you can make like little towers and things out of them, and they just think they're the coolest thing ever. So these I got at Target, but of course they'll be linked. The last thing that I want to tell you guys is, if you don't already know about this, most moms do because it doesn't take very long to figure this out. The first time your kids find a sand pit, they realize that sand is the world's coolest toy and they want to play in a sand pit all the time. We have a swing set outside and it has a built-in sand pit inside. We used to have just like a one that we just made ourselves. We just poured a bunch of sand out in this little pit because when we moved into this house, they had a pool there, an above ground pool there, and it had all this sand. And so Skyla loved playing in it. So I got her all these garden tools and all these sand toys to play with. And every time we'd go outside, she would go straight for the sand. So I learned quickly how much toddlers love sand. So if you haven't discovered how much they love sand, get a sand pit and your mind is gonna be blown with how long they're entertained by playing in the sand with sand toys. If you don't have a playground that has a built-in one, you can buy sand pits on Amazon, or what do you even call them? I guess, yeah, sand pits on Amazon. You can buy them that have covers on them so animals and bugs don't get in. Well, bugs will still get in. So that cats don't go in them. Our cat is an indoor cat. I haven't seen any stray cats out here, so hopefully there are no cats pooping in our sandbox. But sand, I just had to throw that out there because I know there's going to be at least one person watching this video who hasn't thought of a sand pit to entertain their toddler, and now you know. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope at least one thing on this list is going to make your toddler smile or at least give you a little free time while your toddler plays with one of these toys. So don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you did like it, and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell so you never miss a video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.